One of the quotes we keep returning to at Grace Community Church is this one from Paul Miller in his book A Praying Life, where he describes prayer as, in these terms, he says, the essence of prayer is helplessness. Well, that sense of helplessness has moved for all of us, I guess, over the last few weeks from being something theoretical in a book to something that's real and lived out in our lives. The essence of prayer is helplessness. As we realise how powerless we are and how little control we have over our own lives and our own circumstances, that essence of prayer is helplessness. And we want to invite you and to stand with us as elders of Grace Community Church throughout the month of May to express that helplessness by depending on Christ in prayer. As we've all been affected by the COVID-19 crisis, as it's left our families, our communities, our businesses, our nation, the world facing insurmountable challenges, the right response is to come together to pray. But beyond that, even that the pandemic has brought into sharp focus, hasn't it, the spiritual plight of those around us, those we love in our families, our friends, our neighbours, our colleagues. And the right thing to do is to come together at this time to pray for them too. So I invite you to stand with us throughout the month of May, to devote ourselves to prayer, to cry out to God to heal his world and to draw countless men, women and children to himself at this time. We've put together a number of resources which we trust will be helpful as we develop a prayer life together. From Friday, the 1st of May, you'll receive from us a daily email with some prayer points for that day. They'll be available on the digital hub, and the daily devotional will make reference to them and help us focus on them as they're put up each morning on YouTube as well. We'll be praying for different elements of our church life and family life together, for our families, for our church, for our community, for our front lines where God has placed us to work, for our ministries, for our nation, and spending time in worship of God as well. It'd be great, wouldn't it, to make the most of the opportunity that lockdown gives us to focus on these things and devote ourselves to God in prayer. Millennia ago, God spoke to Jeremiah the prophet when he was constrained and bound by a foreign power. God said this to him then: "This is what the Lord says, He who made the earth, the Lord who formed it and established it, the Lord is his name. Call to me and I will answer you." That same God, with the same power at his disposal, calls us to do the same today, to call on him and he will answer. What better time than this in the life of our church, the life of our nation, to devote ourselves to prayer, to call on God and to look to him to answer.